I think that the stress tests actually, first, are improving over time. Secondly, I think they give more confidence. They bring out to the surface the real, or at least most part of the real problem. They assign particular values to it. So all in all, they help create a banking environment that is more stable Europe-wide.
Do you think Portugal should go to the European funding mechanism and ask for aid? I mean, isn't this just a matter of time before some of the weaker periphery nations also ask for aid, such as was the case with Greece, and that is better for the entire Eurozone if we just get it over with quickly?
This is a decision for each government to take. You know, from looking back on our own situation, it's not an easy decision to take. So I would never give advice on that on any other government. They have to judge if they need it, and if then when. I have seen the Portuguese government announce a very ambitious 3-year program, which is very similar to the kind of program that you have when you are being funded by a European mechanism. So I hope that having announced and implementing this program, they will manage to avoid going into the mechanism. Of course, the fact that they're now in a situation where they have elections coming up makes it much more complicated, clearly.
Inflation continues to be an issue throughout the Eurozone and throughout much of the world, actually, at the moment. How much is it going to hurt periphery countries in Europe when the ECB hike rates? It could be as early as next week.
Well, let's wait and see what the ECB does. Obviously, in terms of interest rate payments and the cost of servicing your debt, increases in interest rates are never good news. However, if we judge that if the ECB judges at a certain point that there's an issue of inflation fears, they need to balance the two things out. I think we have to wait and see. In our case, inflation is higher than the EU average, but in our case, what carries more weight, of course, is the debt burden and the cost of that.
And how on track are you with your debt burden repayments and with the restructuring that's taking place as well?
Well, 2010 was a very difficult year. We did an unprecedented fiscal consolidation effort while having a recession in the order of minus 4.5%. And at the same time, we opened up practically every reform front possible. Tax reform, pension reform, labour market reform, opening up closed professions. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We've done the first laps. Obviously, in a program as complicated as that, you're never always on target, but we are very much on track, and I think the assessment is there to prove it. But we still need to continue because we still have high deficit. The debt to GDP ratio will not continue to fall before 2013, and more to the point, we need to bring the Greek economy back to growth next year. That's when we project to have positive growth from 2012 onwards, as a result of the reforms that we have undertaken these last 2 years. And that's what will bring jobs and investment for people.